It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug for what is going to be our Extended Play Lounge episode number 100. We made it, friends. Welcome in to the 100th episode of the Extended Play Lounge series. It's been a long time coming, but I am excited for today's episode. We've been leading up to this episode with some of our favorite bands. We heard Going for the One from Yes in episode 97. We heard Trespass from Genesis in episode 98. And we heard Lizard from King Crimson in episode 99. And today, for the 100th episode, we are returning to Dream Theater. And via our poll, we are going to listen to their album Awake. And I am excited to get to this one. It's been a long time since we've included Dream Theater in the Extended Play Lounge series. We started the entire series with episode 1. That's always a good thing, right? Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2 Scenes from a Memory was our first episode in the EPL series. That was on August 2nd of 2021. It was our very first Patreon full feature video, and it was really the catalyst that got us going. We returned to Dream Theater in episode 10 with disc 2, the title track of their 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. That was posted in December of 2021, and I've also listed that one on YouTube. And over the life of the channel, friends, we've gone back to Dream Theater many, many times. We have featured their music 30 times on the YouTube channel. And I've also interviewed Jordan Rudess, now twice on the channel. I've covered Dream Theater adjacent music, especially music from Liquid Kitchen Experiment. And now, all these years later, after starting with this big Dream Theater album, the Patreon and the Discord have been over 1,000 active members strong for a long time, and we're continuing to thrive. And we've reached the 100th episode in this series, and it really is thanks to all of your continued support that we're able to keep doing this. So thank you very much. I love doing these. I love sharing my ideas about this music with all of you. I love learning from all of you, and it's just a good thing. A good thing. So for the 100th episode, I wanted it to be Dream Theater to go back and kind of mark the tape. And in the poll, we had The Astonishing, we had Awake, Octavarium, and 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, Disc 1. And Awake won with 35% of the vote. Octavarium was in second place at 31%. And then The Astonishing and 6 Degrees were both tied further on down. Here's the thing, y'all. It's really crazy to think of this. But for all of the times that I have reviewed music by Dream Theater here on Patreon and on the YouTube channel, I have not ever reviewed any songs, not one, from this album, from Awake, by Dream Theater. It's their third album. They released it in October of 1994. I was a junior in high school. I was a senior in high school. They were not on my radar. They had some commercial success with Images and Words in 1992. And with the big single from that album, Pull Me Under. And for this follow-up, they, from what I have read, are delving more into that heavy sound, that heavy metal integration with the prog sensibilities that they also have, that they've now become known for pioneering. This is where we're going to really, I think, start to hear some of that exploration. And this is also the last album that they would record with their original keyboardist, Kevin Moore, who departed the band after the recording process for this album was completed. Yeah. Y'all, I still think it's strange that there's 11 songs on this album, and none of them have come up previously on any of the reactions. And that's interesting to me. It's strange to me that it's happened like that. And the other strange thing to me is that, you know, this album, for many of you have y'all have told me that this is one of your favorite Dream Theater albums. This seems to be kind of a cult favorite from a lot of the Dream Theater faithful. And I'm curious to hear why. So we've got a lot of music, friends. We've got 11 tracks. We've got 75 minutes of music. So I'm going to dive in. James Labrie on lead vocals, Kevin Moore on keyboards, John Petrucci on guitars, John Myung on bass, Mike Portnoy on drums and percussion. We start off with a song called 6 O'Clock. And I need to make sure that my stuff is right. I think that it is. Am I all ready to go? I think so. Okay. So this is a song by Kevin Moore, and he's talking maybe a bit in code, maybe not in code, but he's talking about his decision ultimately to leave the band. So let's see what this one sounds like as we start off Awake from Dream Theater. It is 6 o'clock. Here we go. Mike's on the drums. Cool. Cool opening, right? Really catchy. It's an audio sample from the film The Dead, adapted from a James Joyce short story. Listen to John Young's bass.
6 o'clock and the siren kicks in from a dream. Try to shake it out, but it just won't stop.
6 and 8.
Can't find the strength, but he's got runs.
2, 3, 4.
And would you chop before he sleeps? I may never get over, but never's better than now. I got faces to cover.
Listen to James's voice. This is before he wrecked it. It's been a long time since I've heard pre-injury James.
Parking lot and he's just sitting in his car. It's 9 o'clock, but he can't get out. Lights a cigarette and he turns the music down, but just can't seem to shake that sound. Once I thought I'd get over, but it's too late for me now. I got faces to cover. Melody walks through the door, and memory flies out the window.
6.
Nobody knows what they want till they
6.
finally let it all go.
That's groovy as shit, y'all. I hear them in E. Just extensions off E minor. The pain inside coming outside. So he's talking about he's been feeling like this for a while, and it's starting to get to the point where he can't hide it anymore. Love the riffs. The chords lasting a relatively standard amount of time. The motion underneath, the riff that prolongs that harmony. Another thing that I hear a lot from Dream Theater is the doubled riffs between the keyboard player and the guitar player. Great vocals. So the chorus is in 6. Let me let it all go. That moved up to the major third. That. Okay. Does that mean they went to the 3 chord to finish? Huh. The mediant, the 3, is especially in a major context, just kind of right in the middle of everything, and is kind of in no man's land. In a major key, the 3 chord doesn't get used very often, and that, I heard it moving from E to G sharp, which would be the major third over that E. Yeah, a G sharp minor chord in the context of E, it's got 2 notes that are in common with the 1 chord. So sometimes it can kind of be a pal with the 1 chord. And it's also got 2 notes in common with the 5 chord. So sometimes it can kind of pal around with the 5 chord, and it has a hard time establishing itself. The 2 chord right next to it and the 4 chord right next to it get used a lot more often than the 3 chord. And a lot of times when the bass is on the third of a major key, we're not even using the 3 chord, we're using the 1 chord in an inversion. And so that 3, it's kind of interesting. He's talking about this sticky situation that he's in, and he wants to finally make the move. And he's felt like he's in no man's land, and harmonically at the end it moves to the 3. That's kind of interesting. Just caught my eye, or in my ear. And that, my friends, is how our 100th Extended Play Lounge over on Patreon started. It's how we got going with Awake from Dream Theater. I wanted to share some excerpted music from that album with y'all here on the YouTube channel, because this album just floored me. I've heard a bunch of Dream Theater over the last few years, y'all, but this music, I heard James just vocally in a place that I have rarely heard him, and it was a joy to hear him singing at the height of his powers. It was really interesting to hear how Kevin and his musicianship impacted the band's overall sound, and how their sound in this album is unique compared to some of their other albums that I've heard. I really enjoyed getting to hear his music, especially in this first song, 6 O'Clock. As we went through, y'all, especially the way that the album ends. John Myung wrote a song called Lifting Shadows Off a Dream. I absolutely thought it was great. John Petrucci with a song called Scarred was great. And then the album ends with another Kevin Moore piece, and it's called Space Divest. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The whole thing is great, y'all. The whole album is wonderful, and I wanted to share a little bit with y'all here because during the month of December, we are featuring quite a bit of my favorite Patreon exclusive content that has been offered this year. I wanted to share it with all of you because we are doing a special all this month, all the way to the end of the year. You can get 20% off any tier on our Patreon for your first month or your first year. Y'all, you just need to use the discount code DailyDoug2025. DailyDoug2025, and that will get you 20% off of any tier that you would like to join on our Patreon. I hope that you will take advantage of it and join us over there where there's a lot more content that y'all have never seen here on YouTube. So I wanted to share a little bit with that with y'all today and lift up some Dream Theater here on a Metal Monday. So thank you for being with me, and I will see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.